All right, Miami Hurricane fans, we're 4 games in, and do we believe in Carson Beck? Let's talk about it.
Ain't been tight, never known curfews. Sunday night quiet, I ain't even out my church shoes. I done been wide, premarital guessing perfumes. Psychoing a lot, they keep asking me who hurt you. Traded for diapers, ain't that some shit? You think buying beers and pacifiers made me a pacifist? There's a list of asses that I like to whip in this timeline.
Hey, yo, what's up? Welcome to Sports World Talk Football, where we talk the world of football, and today we're talking Miami Hurricanes quarterback Carson Beck. All right, we're asking ourselves, is he the real deal? Do we believe in this guy? Is he someone that can get to the championship and take it home? Now, Miami is 4 games into the season. They just won against Florida. Pretty good win, not bad. But there are some things for me as a Miami Hurricane fan that I see that I think has to get better. First of all, praises to the defense. The defense has been holding us down pretty strong. This is probably the best defense that I have seen in years, based on consistent in play, based on just the pass rushing, like getting turnovers and stuff like that, being a collective unit. I think this is one of the best Miami defenses in the in the current era as far as Mario Cristobal. But seeing that defense and how strong it is, it's been dope to see. I love it. But offensively, that brings the topic of Carson Beck. I had my doubts when Miami chose him as a transfer to come to Miami. I wasn't a huge fan of it because I do remember his games at Georgia, seeing some games to where the passes was just consistently looking like it's not gonna make it, it's not gonna make it, it's not gonna get there, but it gets there, or it got picked off. It's some very iffy passes. I was hoping that some stuff of that got cleaned up as he came to Miami, and some did so far. I'm not even gonna lie, some has been better, but there's still some throws that he has to where you know like one was made in at the Florida game to the running back. It was saved because the running back grabbed it with one arm and tucked it in, took off running for the first down. But it's just where he throws the ball to his people. I think that is a big conflict for me as a fan looking at the quarterback play of, hey, you got to set your man up right. Sometimes the ball don't like it's, strong enough to get there. I don't know. It's just a weak part of his game that I feel that needs to be worked on. But so far, he has a decent stats. He has stats this year: 972 yards, 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, QBR of 81.5. Not bad. He's and like I said, I give him a B performance for this year so far, but I want to see more. A B performance is not going to win us a national championship. It's not going to go against the likes of Georgia or the teams in the playoffs to where we can definitely, secure wins. But for me, I don't think it's a bust or anything like that. I'm trying my best to believe in him more, but I just got to see consistency. Another thing is this. I got to see that determination. I got to see you rally the offense and like, hey, let's take control of the game. I haven't seen that quite yet, So like I said, it may just take as far as learning the system, learning plays or whatever you need to do, but I think he has to be a quarterback that takes control of the game, takes control, and definitely marches our team down the field. The game against Florida, we should have had a 2-touchdown lead majority of the game, We were stuck on 10 and 13 for the longest. I think fourth quarter that we got a couple more touchdowns, but those are like I don't know. But Miami definitely has to do better on the offensive ball. Carson Beck has to do better as far as making that offense more exciting. You got some great weapons. He has great weapons there. I think that he has all the capability. I don't want to shoot him, in the foot or anything like that, or just because I know it's 4 games in. We got a long season ahead of us. I definitely think he has the capability to do better. But, hey, he's here now. I want to see him succeed. I want to see the in the playoffs for the first time in forever. I want to see, Miami hold up that national championship. But my grade on Carson Beck so far is a B, It's not a bad grade. I definitely think he can do better. I want to see better, but let me know what you think. Is Carson Beck a B player? What is your grade on Carson Beck? All right, let's talk about it.
Pacifist, there's a list of asses that I like to whip in this timeline.